Hi YouTube, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to take you on a tattoo tour, so I'm going to talk about all my tattoos. This is just a quick disclaimer that I am not encouraging tattoos, I'm not a tattoo artist, I'm just simply a tattoo enthusiast. I love tattoos for myself, and this is just going to be talking a little bit about my tattoo journey. So if you do not like tattoos, if you do not approve of them, you please do not watch this video. So I'm going to go in order on my body of my tattoos, from my feet all the way up to my head. I probably, if I have to ballpark it, have maybe like 27 tattoos plus permanent makeup on my face. I'll talk about that later. So yeah, I'm just gonna go from my feet to my head, and I'll start with my first tattoo, which is ironically on my feet, and it was a pair. I got a set, so I got two. It was a set of birds, and I got them when I was 19. I was really nervous because I wasn't really sure what to expect, and obviously during the procedure I was like sweating and kind of freaking out, but it kind of hurt, I guess, but feet are probably more of a tender spot. So yeah, I guess I got birds sort of to like signify freedom and like the beginning of my journey, you know. Birds are free, they fly like a bird. And yeah, I just liked it, and that's what I did. So then on my left leg, we'll start with my left leg, on my shin, or maybe calf, shin, I have a mermaid, a skeleton mermaid. It's kind of done in like a watercolor design. I just really liked it, and I like mermaids, so I got that. Then I got on my thigh, it's a portrait piece of my dog Gracie. She was a Pomeranian Chihuahua. I had to put her down a few years ago. She was the first dog that I had gotten on my own. She was a rescue dog when I was living on my own in Montreal. So that was a memorial piece. Then on the back of my thighs, I have, which is kind of generic, another set. It's a set of bows. They're done in pink, which is my favorite color. I just really like them, thought they were cute, and I do what I want, so I got them. And then, so moving on to my right leg, on my thigh, my right thigh, outer thigh, I have a flower piece. It was a breakup tattoo. My first serious boyfriend and I, when we broke up, I just wanted to get something that was like my biggest piece to date, and I wanted something that would make me feel pretty. So I got a set of flowers. Eventually, I'd like to add to the piece, get more up on my hip and back. So that's a work in progress. At the bottom of my thigh, top thigh, I have what my tattoo artist called a shellicorn. So it's a little bit of a unicorn inside a shell, like the top half of the unicorn. I just thought it was super cute. She posted it on Instagram one day, the drawing, and she said it was up for grabs, and I was like, I want it, I need it, gotta get it. So I got it, and I love it. Every time I go to the bathroom and look at it, I'm like, yep, so happy with that. Then above that, I have a quote, and it was a breakup tattoo, another breakup tattoo, and it says, we accept the love we think we deserve. And so it's just sort of, you know, love, life, moving on kind of thing. So that's it for my bottom half of tattoos. I have now I'll go with the top half of my body. So on my hands, on each pinky, I have one pinky has a heart and the other pinky has a diamond. So I just wanted to get them. I thought they were cute. Hand tattoos are sort of, or I guess I should say finger tattoos, tend to not heal as well. They just sort of like fade easy. Sometimes the ink can blow out. So just if you're gonna get a hand tattoo or a pinky tattoo or a finger tattoo, I would just go to an artist that knows how to do them. My heart one I had to get done 3 times by 2 different artists, and then my diamond one has only ever been done once, so that artist was much better that did that one. On my left arm, on my wrist, on my bottom of my wrist, I have the word Grace, which is my middle name. And I just got that sort of to represent, like, every time I look at it, to do things with grace, to be graceful, and just sort of to not forget who I am, you know? On top of my wrist, I have a little blue bow. That one is sort of a funny story. So one of the tattoo artists that I see here in Edmonton, she does mystery tattoos every once in a while. So you pay like $300 or $500 or whatever it is. You fill out a survey. First you fill out the survey on her site or whatever, and then if she chooses you, she'll draw you up a design based on your answers from your survey. And then you just go in, and the day of your tattoo is when the first time you will see the design. And if you don't like the design, well, I think you just lose your money. So you have to get it. You can choose where you want to get it on your body, but you can't choose the design. So I've always wanted to do that. I'm like, that's really ballsy and like fun, you know, but I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can make that kind of commitment, because, you know, it's on your body forever and it's like kind of a gamble. But anyway, so her and another artist were doing mini mystery tattoos last Christmas time. And they were like much smaller and they were like cheaper. And so you didn't have to fill out the survey. So what you did was you just went into the shop and you pulled out of like a hat or whatever, and that was your design. So I went in, I was like super excited, kind of nervous, but I was like, this is gonna be awesome. And I pulled out a pineapple. Yes, a motherfucking pineapple. And I was kind of like, oh, I don't really want a pineapple, but I'm like, maybe I'll just stick it on my ass so I don't have to look at it. But then she's like, no, I'm not gonna do that for you, pull again. So I was like, thank God. So I pulled again and I got a little bow. So totally happy about the little bow. Then on the side of my arm, I have a quote, another quote, and it says, "We all have a story to tell." It's unfortunately, I got that tattoo around the same time as the thigh quote. So just another kind of breakup, moving on tattoo. Moving on the same arm, moving up, I have a half sleeve. Didn't start out as a half sleeve, but then it was added in and kind of conjoined to make it into a half sleeve. So I started with the outside piece, which is a gypsy with her caravan. I got the gypsy because my grandmother from England came over during the war. She was a war bride, and her family background is gypsies. So I just sort of got that to commemorate that part of my like family, and I just feel like I'm a gypsy as well because I move around a lot, kind of just go where the wind takes me kind of thing. Then later on for that piece, I decided I've always wanted a pirate ship with a squid or an octopus attacking it. So the same artist drew up a design where it was a pirate ship and a squid, and I just got that kind of all attached. So that just sort of represents be the captain of your own ship. So you're kind of like in charge of your own life and destiny, sort of representation. Moving on to my right arm, I have this arm. I just wanted it to be sort of girly, colorful, romantic, old school, new school kind of design. So that's sort of the theme of that arm. So on top of my wrist, I have a bow with a little tooth in it, and it's sort of to represent a sweet tooth because I am a complete sugar whore, and I love sweets. So that was just sort of to represent my life, that part of my life. On on the bottom of my wrist, back, bottom, I don't know. It is a envelope, a love letter. So it has hearts and a flower, and I just thought it was really pretty and kind of unique. Then on the back of my arm, I have a pocket watch with some flowers. So the pocket watch is just sort of to represent time is now, time waits for nobody. And the hands of the clock are at 11:11, which stands for Make a Wish. On the inside of my arm, kind of, I have a bird cage with some flowers as well, and the bird cage door is a heart in the shape of a heart. I just thought it was really pretty. It's kind of a Victorian looking bird cage. And then beside that, I have this was the signatures from my mom, my dad, and my brother from a birthday card a few years ago, and it says Love Mom, Dad, Elliot. So it's a family piece. I just wanted them on me to represent them somehow, and around it, it just has a flower frame. Moving up, I have a little filler piece, which is just a flower, just to kind of connect everything a little bit and fill the space. And then on top of that, I have a chubby mermaid. So I love mermaids, and I wanted a chubby mermaid because she is funky and she is chunky. She is super cute. One of my favorite pieces, probably, too. Then moving up on my front shoulders, um, it's another set. So this is kind of, I guess, a sadder tattoo. I don't know. It's kind of personal. So this is with probably when I was with one of my ex-boyfriends. Another breakup tattoo. So it's the first piece I got when I was with him. It's a heart with a lock in it, and it was a terrible relationship. He was really mean and just sort of destroyed me as a person. Won't really get into it, but anyways, so I just got that, and then when the relationship ended, I got a matching key on this side. I think looking back on it, it was sort of like keep your heart under lock and key kind of thing. Just don't settle for something that doesn't make you happy, and don't just give yourself to anybody kind of thing. Anyways, and then on top of that, I have yet again another set. It's from my favorite movie, one of my favorite movies, Alice in Wonderland. It is a quote, and she always says curiouser and curiouser. So I have curiouser on one shoulder and then curiouser on the other shoulder. Then finally, my last tattoo, traditional tattoo, I guess, is on my back, and it's a fairly big piece. It's probably 10 to 12 hours big. It takes up most of my back, or a good portion of it, and it is the skyline of Montreal. So again, that is the city that I lived in for 7 years, from the age of 18 to 24-ish, 25-ish. And that city just meant a lot to me. I grew up in that city. I found myself in that city. I then lost myself in that city, but it meant a lot to me, and so I got that, and I always used to joke that it's the city that's always had my back, literally. So yeah, that's what I got that for. I still really miss and love that city. It's a wonderful place to visit if you ever get the chance. So that's all for the traditional tattoos. My face, obviously I'm wearing makeup so you can't see it, but I'll insert some pictures of what it looked like originally when it was tattooed. I have, they called it an eyelash enhancement, so it's just like a very light eyeliner, I guess. They did that, I think, with a traditional gun, and they didn't freeze you for that, because some cosmetic makeup they do. So she did that, and like she had to do it and my eyes were open, and it didn't really hurt a whole lot, but it was like kind of just nerve-wracking because your eye automatically wants to close and your eyes watering the whole time. So I don't know if I would redo that, but I do like having it as my permanent makeup. Then I also have my eyebrows microbladed, which isn't done with a gun. It's done with like a blade and ink. They do freeze you. The shop that I went to for this did freeze me for it, so it was no big deal. The most painful part of that was probably the price. Microblading was like 500 bucks for my eyebrows, so permanent makeup comes with a bigger price tag for some strange reason. So yeah, that's all of my tattoos. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment below some of your tattoos. I'd love to hear about them. And thanks. Have a good day. Bye.